This is our second Final Cut Pro tutorial, and we'll be talking about layers, text, and motion. So go ahead and open it up. We want to start a new project and save that project. And we're going to need some clips to work with, so let's import some clips. Here we go. And let's import one more. So we have 4 similar clips. And let's take these clips, we shave them down to where we want them to be. Set our in and out points, put them into the timeline. Remember, we want to resize them, make them the right size. And so what I want to do, let's elongate here our timeline, make it a little longer. Take our magnifying glass, we can make it longer, shorter, by holding down the Option key, or if you prefer, you can always just hold this down and do this. But that's rather tedious. So you can use your Option key to change back and forth. We want another layer. So now let's click on another clip. And we want to select this layer because we want the video to land on top of the other videos, like Photoshop layers. So once again, set our in points and out points. And we'll notice that that video is on top of the other one. Let's make it a little smaller. Smaller still. And see if we can make them all the same length. Make another layer. And another layer. So basically we'll have 3 layers of images and a background layer. So we want the next one to land on the next layer. Click there. Depending on how long this one is. And it's a little bit longer than the other clips. Let's check to see the size of this one. We'll go into Motion tabs, and we see that it's 65.8. Let's round that off. 65. And double click on the next layer and do the same thing. Make that, scale it at 65 and hit return. Now we have 2 videos that are the same size. We want our third video to be on the bottom. Select the next layer, in and out points. Make sure our playhead is at the beginning. and insert it. See if it's long enough. And there we go. So click on it again. Remember, scale it. Once you click it, it appears here in the viewer. We'll hit motion, and we want to scale that at 65. Hit return, and that scales it to 65. And we'll put that one on the bottom. So now we have 3 videos. And they're all going to be playing at the same time. Now, I would like these videos to pop out a little bit to be distinguishable from the background. So once again, we'll double click it so that it appears in the viewer. And if we go into motion, we have some things we can do. We can add a drop shadow, just that. A little softer. And then we can click these other 2 layers and actually do a control click. If we can control click on this layer and put copy, then we can select the other layers. Oops. Also control click it and paste attributes, and that will let us paste the drop shadow exactly the same way because the others have drop shadows. Now, we haven't worked with filters yet, but filters are fairly easy. We'll go to our effects, and I want a video filter. So I'll go to video filters. I want to put a border. So go to borders, and I have a basic border or a bevel border. Bevel is like a mirror, has cut edges. Basic is just a simple border. And I think I just went black with that. So what you do, select this and drag it. Oops. Down and drop it. And that will give us a basic border. If we select the other 2, we can drag this down too, same thing, and drop it. And we have black borders on everything now. So I'm almost ready. Put a title in. We're going to need 1 more layer, so let's drag it up. You hold shift, you keep it from moving around. We want our text layer to land above. So let's take our video generator, which is a text. We can choose any of these. Let's just choose regular old text. Controls. Control will let us change our text, do different things with our text. And let's call it time passes, all in capital. Choose some interesting font. Be careful. Try not to use serif fonts. Helvetica is the most used fonts for good reason because it shows up really well. And that would usually be the default. I'm going to use Impact. It's a little thicker line. You can change your color. And let's make it a nice kind of orangey color. Light There we go. And we can change our size, of course. And when we're ready, there it is. And we can just take that and do an insert and overwrite it. And notice how now we have that so that it shows that it's too white for a television screen. It goes off the charts as far as color goes. So there's another filter to deal with that. And that would be in color correction. That's broadcast safe. That will take our levels down. But we still have problems. So looking at these, it looks to be the clock is a culprit. And there we go. Now, I want my clip to fade in and fade out. So let's just clip like this and fade out. And now our clip is, our title is going to fade in and out. We want each one of these clocks to come in from a different angle. So let's take and select one. We'll select this clock and take it, start it here. Double click it to make sure that it is in the viewer. And let's click on center. When you click center, notice the green pops up here in the center of the frame. So let's arbitrarily take it to a point, and we can drag it in and see now we've got this blue line with dots. Each of those dots is a frame. And as we come in, boom, and it'll land right there. Now, what I want is for all of my pictures to come in at the same time. So we'll take our little arrow, shoot it out, and that will take us to the beginning. Let's select another clip, and that will be our beginning. Oops. That will be our beginning keyframe. Let's set that at our beginning. And we want to center it, remember, we'll click that. Then we'll go back to our other clip, double click it, and then take that and push the arrow there, and that will take it to the end. We'll take this one again, double click it. Now we can drag that in to where it's supposed to be. And we'll do that with our last clip. Interestingly, you can actually go backwards too. So let's click this as our final destination. We'll go back, click it at the start, and we can actually drag this to where we wanted it to start. Oops. So now all of our clips are going to slowly come in. And that's second tutorial. We've learned about motion, a little bit of filters, and titles, and levels. We've done a lot in this particular tutorial. So let's take and export that. We always do. Make it into a QuickTime movie, tutorials, or in pictures in your folder. QuickTime movie, broadband, low, or medium, whatever you want. Call it Final Cut Pro 2, and that is the second Final Cut Pro tutorial.